the meantime...
45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Once again, Dio is up to his usual shit. What the hell?
Somebody else must have opened one of the AB rooms.
I wonder who it could have been. Oh, why would they do that? Whatever. We should be heading back anyway. I head for the door.
Wait!
Clover's voice stopped me. What is it? I turned to see her pointing toward the wall with treatment pods.
The screen, it changed.
What?
The screen on the pod's monitor thingy.
What? Oh yeah. It says recent operational records. I stepped closer and began to read. What it said was... interesting. Currently treating one subject. That one subject had to mean Quark. This was the pod we'd put him into, after all. I read on. Minus 0748, one subject released. 806, one subject successfully restored. 816, cold sleep mode disengaged. Beginning restoration of one subject. All prior records have been erased. Authorization admin. I checked the other pods. They were all the same. Huh. Cold sleep mode disengaged. Beginning restoration of one subject. Whoa, what is all this?
I think it's saying that about 8 hours ago, somebody in this pod woke up from cold sleep. Well, 3 people actually. 1 for each pod. They all say the same thing, see?
That's before we all woke up, huh? I mean, it hasn't been 8 hours yet.
Yeah.
So the 3 pod people could be 3 of us. They could have been captured earlier. Don't know how much earlier. And they were thawed out 8 hours ago, and carried into the AB rooms.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. I really don't think there'd be anyone else in here besides the 9 of us. Well, I guess it's actually the 10 of us, huh?
Oh yeah, the old lady, yeah? If you count the old woman we found, then it would be 10, wouldn't it? Immediately, I get a big banging thought that Alice and Clover were 2 of them, since they were captured at a terrorist site. So who were the 3 pod people?
Don't ask me. How am I supposed to know that?
That's a good question.
All it says is subject. A, that's creepy. B,
True.
It doesn't tell us anything about who they might have been.
Also true. Doesn't say when they were put into cold sleep either.
And this bit, where it says, all prior records have been erased. Authorization admin. That seems pretty suspicious to me.
Agreed. I wonder why they wouldn't just write the time, though.
What?
Well, you said it yourself. The log says 8 hours ago, not like 9:15 a.m. Those minus signs have to mean this far in the past. Who would ever write the time like that?
Yeah, that is weird.
Maybe Zero Senior doesn't want us to know what the actual time is.
Why not?
Hell if I know. Speaking of things I don't know, why did this stuff suddenly show up? Seems like whatever it was that triggered this activated as soon as we opened the door to the leaves.
Wouldn't that mean Zero Senior set it up to work that way?
Yeah, but why? That's what I'm asking. What reason would he have had to do that?
Maybe he wanted us to see the records.
Perhaps, but he deleted a bunch of the data. The only relevant data, 3 of us were in cold sleep? Why? There has to be a reason behind that.
Could it all be a trick?
A trick?
All of these records are fake. Zero Senior just set it up to mess with us.
Also possible. So you're saying this was just a joke?
Well, I can't say for sure, but it seems possible. Right?
It definitely has a cold sleep function, though. No, it doesn't make sense.
Well, let's ask somebody else. Maybe
Yeah.
they can think of something.
We've got places to be anyways. Yeah, you're right. If the AB gates have opened, we need to be heading back to the warehouse anyway.
Yeah, and we need to tell everyone what happened with Quark.
We double-checked that Quark was alright in his pod, then hurried out of the treatment center. Taking the long way around. Okay, so we get some doors. Is this another warehouse?
It looks just like the other one. Hey, could you show me that map? Yeah, I thought so. This one is right under the Floor A warehouse.
Ah, so it is.
Oh, are those?
Those doors are white.
And there are 3 of them.
Okay, let's go take a closer look. Time to do my,
I knew it.
give it a rub and a
These are chromatic
and
doors.
try and open them.
See? They've got a little box right next to them, just like the others.
So these are the 3rd round chromatic doors, huh? I guess we'll be coming back here pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, we might not have to.
What do you mean?
We both have 6 BP right now.
Yeah, that's true. So?
We're a pair, right?
Yeah.
And who's our opponent?
Quark.
Exactly. But he's in the pod right now, so...
Quark also has 6
If no
BP.
vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally. Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
Wait, why'd they throw that last bit in? You aren't saying we should pick Betray, are you?
Weren't you planning to? I thought that was why you were okay with option C when we were making the groups.
No, that's not. I thought that with Quark's condition, I'd be able to choose Ally and not worry about getting
Oh,
betrayed.
come on. You don't need to lie to me. We're partners. That means we share the same destiny. So let's not hide anything from each other, okay?
I'm not hiding anything.
Wait, you're serious? You were really going to pick Ally? Whoa, hold on a second there. We might not get another chance like this. Let's say we ally and get up to 8 points. We don't know if we'll be able to get any points next round. For all we know, there might not even be a next round. There are 3 other people with 6 BP, right?
That is true.
Dio, K, and 5.
This is a more nuanced situation
What do
than
you think is going to
anticipated.
happen if one of them gets 9 points this round?
That's not gonna happen.
Why not?
Alright. Phi wouldn't kill Tenmyoji. And Tenmyoji wouldn't kill Luna. Phi and Luna are playing against Tenmyoji. He's only got 1 BP left, though. I really don't think they'd pick Betray. If Tenmyoji picked Ally, they'd kill him. Same goes for Dio. He's playing against Alice and K, and Alice's BP...
No! Don't even think about that!
Oh, don't even... I agree. But her BP is the same as Tenmyoji's, so unless Dio's willing to kill someone, he won't be able to get his BP to 9. As we've seen, through past experience, or future experience, he is.
Then Alice has to vote Betray.
Yeah, that is generally the best defensive
But
choice.
if Dio chooses Alice, then
Then-
K would have 9 BP.
Yeah,
Jeez.
betray.
Well, it's just like I said then. If K gets 9 BP, then there won't be a 3rd AB game.
Well, that's not necessarily the case.
So it's over when someone gets 9 BP.
No, as long as that.
So you think that K
Shut up,
will
Zero.
stay here? even if he gets enough points to leave?
That's also been proven to be a lie, but I don't know, but it's possible.
No, it's not.
For once you're right, Clover. Well, we can think about how we're going to vote later. For now, we need to get back to the others. There's a couple things I gotta do when we get back. What are you looking at me like that for, Clover? Okay, back to floor 8 then. Let's move. I turned to head for the exit. After a few moments, I heard Clover's footsteps following behind me. Good. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Give me those sexy door animations. Ah. Oh yeah. Give me more of that elevator action. One more. Yeah, boy.
Clover. Oh, thank goodness you're back.
Yep.
Yep. Are we the last ones?
Yes.
Hey, where's Quark?
Tenmyoji's expression was furious. From the way he was stomping toward me, I felt like I only had a few seconds before I was on the ground with his hands around my neck. I explained what had happened, with Quark and the pods as quickly as I could.
So are these pod things really safe?
Probably.
Probably?
No, they're definitely safe. He's
Well,
fine.
are they safe or aren't they?
They are. Shut up, Clover.
I'm just worried about him, alright? Can you take me to this treatment center, Clover? Don't worry. We've still got 20 minutes left. Plenty of time to go have a look and come back.
Okay. Come on then.
As soon as she finished, she was off. Tenmyoji followed at her heels. In the blink of an eye, they were gone, out the magenta door. Yeah! Give me that door animation. Alright, you guys got some explaining to do.
I beg your pardon?
You opened the AB gates before Clover and I got back, didn't you? I want to know why the hell you'd go and do something like that.
Sigma, take a look.
As she spoke, Phi gestured towards the line of AB rooms. Only one was open.
It's not like we opened them all up.
So you're saying only one person, or one pair, jumped the gun here?
Yes.
Take a guess. Well then, who was it?
I opened it.
Oh, so it was you. Dio. Figured as much.
Not really a big deal, okay? I mean, you came right back.
Yes, Dio. Yes, it is a big deal.
Why? If you hadn't made it back by the deadline, you'd have just defaulted to ally.
Okay, is this skippable? No, not just. Are you telling me you didn't know? Didn't you find one of these notes?
What?
We found this in the treatment center.
There was no such thing in the pressure exchange chamber.
Ooh, he got the pick.
I didn't see one in the pantry either.
Ooh, they got the pantry. Huh. Well, whatever. Should really probably read it, though. Because we did... the lab. The peck. Interesting, they got the pantry. Treatment center. Bee garden. Archives. Control room. Rec room. Golem Bay. So betraying Luna has to be the pantry. That's about the biggest motivation we could give you to vote for betraying Luna round 1. Is that we get to go through the pantry.
Here are some more AB game rules for you. Not voting is not a
Not a option. That's a terrible zero impression,
If
Alice.
both parties refuse to vote, then every bunny gets penalized. In other words, one person out of every color group of 3 has to vote.
You get it now? If we hadn't gone back in time, Clover, Quark, and I could have died. And you just...
All right, I get it. Sorry. Cut me some slack, though, man. I didn't know.
So you wouldn't have opened the gate if you did?
Of course I wouldn't have.
Are you sure about that?
What the hell, bro?
Insert the John Cena meme tearing a hole in the wall there. Are you sure about that? Are we waiting for Tenmyoji and Clover?
You said the room you went into was a treatment center, right?
Indeed, yeah?
If they treat people there, I think they'd have shelves of medicine and stuff. Did you find
no.
any Accelavir?
No. It's not really that kind of place. It just had those pods, and that was it. Besides, if we'd found anything to cure Radical 6, we wouldn't have put Quark in the pod.
I see. Can the pod cure Radical 6?
No, unfortunately.
How do you know that?
Because the pod told us that it couldn't do that. Oh, well, it said so on the screen next to the pods. Something about how it can provide relief from the symptoms, but it can't actually cure the disease. That's better than nothing, though. Oh, right, there's one more thing about the pods I should tell you. Quick as I could, I explained what the records had said about the pod's occupants and their cold sleep.
Cold sleep?
Are you suggesting that 3 of us were, until recently, cryogenically frozen?
If you can trust what we've read, yeah.
Which of us are the pod people then?
Pod people? I don't know, that's what I'm saying. Didn't say who they were, or even when they were frozen.
So this cold sleep, that means they basically froze the body solid, right? Not like how a bear or something hibernates where it just slows way down.
Yeah, I think so.
So what would happen to the heart?
What?
Wouldn't it stop when you were put into a cold sleep?
Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off.
Oh! Oh! So if we go into cold sleep, our bracelets would come off.
Then we can just defrost ourselves right away.
You said there were 3 pods, right?
We'd only need to do it 3 times for the 9 of us.
Uh-huh.
I imagine that would work for you, but perhaps not so much for me.
Good luck fitting into one of those. The armor.
Don't worry. I'm sure we'll figure something out. We should go have a look at any rate.
This is
We'll
promising.
be able to come up with a plan once we know more.
I want to see something first. Is that enough to... Okay, not quite. We probably can't get into cold sleep.
Of course.
That's probably not ideal, but... That feels like a bit of information that would unlock locks somewhere.
What? What do you mean the cold sleep function doesn't work?
I'm sorry.
Oh, grand.
You don't have anything to apologize for, Mona. Zero Senior must have just locked it down.
When Clover and I were here, it worked.
Yeah, I remember checking it.
Then that bastard set this up. Oh, that's low.
It is not pleasant, but consider this.
It is not ideal.
We have seen how thorough Zero is. Would he really have left such an obvious loophole?
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. If Zero Jr. heard me, he could have shut it off.
Whatever the case, it is an unfortunate outcome.
Unfortunate? Really? You sure? Aren't you just a little bit relieved? After all, we were gonna get our bracelets off while you were stuck with yours.
How could you say that? I would never be so petty as...
Before Kay could finish, the announcer's voice echoed through the facility.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Time's running out. We should get back, guys.
I'm staying here. I can't leave Quark.
Are you nuts, old man? You're a solo. Luna and Phi could kill you.
Yeah, I know. I've only got one BP.
But I think we can trust you.
Exactly. If you don't vote, you'll default to
And
ally.
Phi.
All they have to do is pick Betray.
We won't. You staying here won't change our vote.
Right. We always intended to choose ally. Tenmyoji staying here is just another reason for us to stick to that plan.
Luna has the same number of BP as you, Tenmyoji. Normally, the safe plan would be to choose Betray. Since you will be unable to betray them, then Phi and Luna can choose to ally without worrying about their own points.
Oh, now you're in favor of the safe plan, Kay.
Well, there you go.
You were out there guilt-tripping Luna earlier for voting ally.
I trust Phi and Luna. I'm sure they'll choose ally.
Unlike you, Sigma, who chose Betray. Sounds good. Okay then, Tenmyoji, you take care of Quark.
You think I need you to tell me that? I won't take my eyes off him for a minute.
Come on. We don't have much time left.
No
We need to
discussion
go.
about our vote? So I guess it's time for... Back at the Floor A warehouse, we open the AB rooms.
Four minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Alright, Clover. We should probably head into...
Okay.
Okay. This is what I wanted to see. Would we actually get a chance to vote?
Sigma, do you remember what I said back in the other warehouse?
Yeah? You told me we should betray Quark since we might not get another chance like this. Right.
Yeah. Can I, take that back?
Huh?
I changed my mind a little bit after talking to Tenmyoji. I think we should choose ally.
Really? Hey, that's more than just a little bit. That's like someone trading in a Shih Tzu for a German Shepherd. What the hell happened with you two? Did he say something to you?
I can't tell you.
What? Why?
I just can't. You'd laugh if I did anyway.
I won't laugh.
Really?
Promise.
Well, I still can't tell you.
Oh, fuck. Hey, come on.
I promised. I told Tenmyoji I wouldn't tell anybody.
Alright, fine. I won't ask about it again. Tenmyoji doesn't really have anything to do with this, right? Our opponent is Quark.
No, he does matter. Quark is really important to Tenmyoji. If we betray Quark, we're betraying Tenmyoji. Come on, don't you remember? When we were going into the red, blue, and green doors, Tenmyoji said something.
I didn't say there wasn't anyone I trusted. There's one person.
Clover.
I just know that you'll keep him safe.
I can't betray somebody who'd say that about me.
You seem pretty ready to betray him back on floor B.
That's because I didn't know who he was.
Oh, so you're saying you know who Tenmyoji is.
Well, if what he told me was true, yeah.
If what he told you was true...
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
And he is who we've seen very strong evidence that he may be, then you've got a lot more to wrap your head around, more than a little bit to wrap your head around, Clover. But hey, if you buy it, then I'll accept that as a turnabout. That is sufficient reason for you to change your mind. And I'll even accept you recontextualizing Tenmyoji putting his trust in you as important. If he really told you the information that it is heavily implied that he told you. Just dropping a save in here. And I think we're close enough now that we can jump forward in time and get some poll results. Okay.
Please, choose ally.
You aren't going to try and vote yourself.
If I try, you'll just throw me off, right?
I mean, that's happened
I
once
don't think I'm strong
before.
enough to fight you.
Twice before.
So...
Alright. With that, I turned to face the voting machine. The question was, what would I do? Ally? Or betray? Just as Clover had said, betraying Quark was like betraying Tenmyoji. That wasn't even taking into consideration that Quark was just a kid. And he was infected with a deadly disease that would almost certainly kill him if we didn't do something. How could I betray someone like that? Only a monster would take advantage of a helpless child for their own gain. On the other hand, what Clover had said in the warehouse on floor B was true. It was unlikely that I'd get a chance like this again. If I chose betray, then I'd have 9 BP. I would be able to escape this godforsaken hellhole.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
I have a bad feeling that that's going to be a route we have to do to unlock a lock somewhere. Even though this is so obviously there's so obviously one choice. What would my choice be? What would I do? Ally? Or betray? Because even turned Clover, the sleaziest character in terms of getting her way, I chose.
3, 2, 1.
Even turned Clover, the sleaziest character in terms of getting her way, turned her over to the side, to the quote-unquote right side. And did you turn to the right side? That is the question, isn't it? We're about to find out in 3, 2, 1. Yes, you did. By a significant margin. But there's a fairly decent number of you. 52, so what about 12, 13, 14, 12 or 13 people out of you who decided to betray Quark? I could tell at least who 3 of them are. The way I worded that question, will you disappoint not only me, but everyone else? And there's some people commenting below this on my YouTube community feed, say, and stuff. Oh, I always said I was a disappointment, so, well, yeah. Which is why I think that the voting betray is going to be a route that contains some sort of clue we have to see to get all the endings. Which sucks, but fair enough. At least for now, we can do the right thing.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation.
You're welcome.
Ambidex gates now opening.
The other alternative is that Quark somehow gets out of his pod and pulls an Alice.
What did you choose, Sigma?
You didn't see me push the button?
No.
Huh. Well, you'll know in a moment. Let's go. I gave her a light pat on the shoulder and headed toward the wall where the rest of the vaults would be displayed. At least we're not going to die this time.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Alright, who's going to betray? Shocking. Okay, good. Good, we voted ally. Yeah! Friendship wins. Except for Kay and Dio.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Good. This is a legitimately good round.
So you chose Ally, huh?
Yeah. Quark is sick, a kid, and unable to vote. Couldn't bring myself to betray someone like that.
Thank you.
No need to thank me. I only did what anyone would have. So you guys chose Ally too, huh?
Of course. Tenmyoji had only one BP left, and he was guaranteed to vote ally. So there's no way we could betray somebody in that position.
If we had, then he'd...
Die. Yeah, you don't have to have that much choice. You didn't have much choice. Alice, Kay, and Dio, on the other hand, seem to have had a less pleasant round.
Hey, what the hell is your problem? You're either crazy or just an asshole. Were you trying to kill me?
No, nothing like that.
Yes, you were.
Well,
You're
then
Dio.
what was it like? If we'd voted ally,
You would be dead. The needles in your bracelet would have activated, killing you.
See? That's exactly what I'm talking about.
What?
I didn't think there was any way in hell you guys would choose ally, not with Alice's BP at 1. The only way you could possibly vote was betray. Picking ally when I knew you guys would pick betray would have been suicide.
You can't die. You've got 6 BP.
Well, maybe not immediately, no. But I would have been signing my own death warrant. Heck, not just mine. Everyone except Kay's.
What?
Okay.
Didn't you think it through?
Yeah, you got a point there.
Your vote was always going to be betray. Let's say I was a raving lunatic and picked ally. What would happen to Kay's BP?
6 plus 3 would make 9.
See? Then it'd be game over. Life over. He'd open the number 9 door and blow this popsicle stand. And that'd leave us twisting in the wind, living out the rest of our miserable lives stuck in this place. You see? That's why I chose betray. I did it to save all our necks, including yours.
Alice gritted her teeth and scowled fiercely at Dio, apparently trying to think of a rebuttal, finally snorting indignantly and stalking away. I mean, Dio's got a point, but I don't believe that that's the reason Dio did that. Shortly thereafter, the warehouse was filled with the rumbling sound of the doors sliding shut.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the Star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
As many times as we want, huh? And that means...
We can play the AB game as many times as we want, right?
Indeed.
Hey, didn't Zero Jr. say something about this?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically.
Automatically?
Your solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Yeah, he did. You guys all show me your bracelets. I want to see what all colors and groups are this time. Within moments, a series of wrists were extended for me to examine. Red solo. Oh, okay. Cyan pair. Cyan pair. I'm a green solo. Luna's a... Luna and Alice are pairs. I thought Alice left. Wait, I can't tell our arms apart. I think I'm a blue. Luna and Clover are a cyan pair, and Phi and Alice are a magenta pair. Okay. Reading 3 are all solos. K is red, Dio is green, and I'm blue. Okay. So they're supposed to... White... I think the next doors are going to be those white ones down in the Floor-P warehouse.
Yeah, I heard about those. Alice told me about them while we were here waiting for you and Clover. I think I've got them figured out.
Yeah, so lay it out for us. How are the groups going to shake out this time? Fine nodded and began to explain. Sigma... Wait, we gonna get Tenmyoji and Quark again? Tenmyoji and Quark, yellow, pair up with me, blue, to open one door. Phi and Alice, magenta, pair up with Dio, green, to open another door. Luna and Clover, cyan, pair up with K, red, to open the last one.
Oh? Is there only one option?
Yes. No other combinations would be able to open the secondary doors. Admittedly, Tenmyoji and Quark aren't here for us to check, but I'm sure they're the yellow pair. If they weren't, then Sigma would be stuck without anybody he could pair up with.
Oh, God. I never thought I'd have to put up with Dio again.
Well, you just didn't think
My
hard enough
condolences.
then. Sooner or later, everybody puts up with Dio. Wait.
Wait a minute. Let me rephrase that. Okay, now what?
So, what should we do now? It looks like we have a lot of time until the primary doors open.
Hour 21. Yeah, about 80 minutes.
I'm worried about Quark's condition. Those pods can't cure Radical 6. He still needs help.
Well, we don't have anything to lose, so we might as well look for that medicine. Accelavir, right?
Yeah. What about the rest of you?
Oh, I'll help.
As will I.
Me too.
Fine.
Fine.
I guess I can help.
What about you, Sigma?
Of course I'll help. Kind of a jerk wouldn't.
Okay.
Dio.
We should split up and search.
After some discussion, Dio and Kay were assigned to the pantry, Luna and Alice to the treatment center, and Clover, Phi, and myself to the pressure exchange chamber. Ooh.
Shall we regroup in the Floor B warehouse 10 minutes before the doors open?
Interesting. We all nodded. Kay turned to Alice and Luna.
You are going to the treatment center, correct?
Yes.
Then please remember to tell Tenmyoji where we intend to meet and when.
Okay.
You must also remember to bring Quark with you. I am concerned about removing him from the pod, but it can't be helped. Without Quark's bracelet, Sigma and Tenmyoji will be unable to open the secondary door.
Right.
Good. Looks like we got all that straightened out. Let's go.
With a final nod to one another, we split up, each team heading in a different direction. Doors, 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 doors. Oh, nope, we're just here. Welcome to the pack. So, this is the pressure exchange chamber.
No, this is the prep room. There are 2 levels. The actual pressure exchange chamber is downstairs.
How do you know that?
We've been down
Alice
there.
told me. She was one of the people
Oh,
who
right.
investigated this room.
Did you talk to her when you were waiting for us to back in the warehouse?
Yeah.
Well, let's head downstairs then.
Good idea.
So this is the real thing.
Seems like it.
Why do they have something like this here?
Well, this is just what Alice told me, but
Apparently, the pressure inside the facility was a lot higher than the pressure outside. That was part of a system designed to keep the virus from getting in. It did mean, however, that we need to go through a decompression process in order to get outside.
remember all those suits along the wall of the prep room? Those keep you from getting infected. We won't even be able to enter the pressure exchange chamber if we don't have them on.
I see. Whoa, 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 whoa. Then that newspaper article was right?
Unfortunately, that seems pretty likely.
So the air out there is teeming with Radical 6.
Yeah.
Shit.
Something's been bothering me.
What is it?
Aren't you saying that if we put on those suits, we can go into the pressure exchange chamber and go outside, right?
Oh. No, we can't do that. The door beyond the pressure exchange chamber is locked up tight.
Damn it. Just one door between us and freedom.
Well, if you look at it that way, it's the same as the number 9 door.
Okay, yeah, but...
Whatever. We need to be focusing on finding that Accelavir. Quark needs it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll go look around upstairs. You two take this floor, all right?
Got it.
Okay.
Let's hang out, Clover. What you up to? Oh, okay, we're in here. We looked everywhere we could think of, but turned up nothing. Eventually, I couldn't keep my mouth shut any longer. Hey, what do you think the deal is with this stuff about the world being infested with some crazy virus? The pandemic seems like it would make the news, but I don't remember hearing anything. Wait a minute. You mentioned it, didn't you? Back when Dia was asking questions. We were in the infirmary. It was right after Quark lost it.
Have any of you guys heard anything about any sort of viral pandemic?
Well, no. But...
And then Alice said...
I have heard rumors about a virus being used as a bioweapon.
So what's the rumor she was talking about? Got the feeling you and Alice were talking about the same thing. Clover, what do you know? What are you and Alice anyway? I heard you guys belong to some sort of organization, but what is it? Clover was quiet for a long time. She bit her thumbnail and looked down at the floor. Then finally she lifted her head and met my eyes.
Fine. I think I can trust you.
Oh.
Just don't tell Alice, okay?
Okay. Did we earn her trust by allying? And not betraying Quark? All right.
Promise?
Promise. Clover nodded and began to talk. I listened with rapt attention, at a complete loss for words. Here's what she said. Alice and I are agents of the SOIS, which is under the jurisdiction of the Department of Defense. SOIS stands for Special Office of Internal Security. We're an elite intelligence division that investigates potentially disruptive or dangerous elements, such as domestic or foreign terrorists, radical political splinter groups, and religious organizations with extreme agendas that could pose a threat to the state or citizenry. Our existence hasn't been made public, so there are only a few people who even know we exist. You're probably wondering how I even got involved in something like that, huh? Well, it started when I met Alice. I told you that I've played the Nonary game twice before, right? Well, this was after the second time. It was about a year ago. We just escaped. We were all stuffed into this SUV barreling across the desert. I was driving. And that's when I saw her. Alice. She was standing next to the road with her thumb out. She was already working for the SOIS, and she'd been on her way to the building we'd been trapped in as part of her investigation. On the way there, her car had broken down. We offered to give her a ride, of course. After she got in, we started talking, and it turned out that Alice had gotten a tip. The terrorists she was after were in the building we'd been trapped in. Couldn't see how us playing the Notary game had anything to do with terrorists. But Alice had a suggestion. Maybe the two people who trapped you in there are the terrorists. That didn't seem very likely to us, but we were chasing after them anyway, so we decided to bring Alice with us. Unfortunately, we didn't find them. As far as we know, they're still out there now, on the run. Anyway, we were taken back to SOIS headquarters and put into custody. Grand. Thanks, Alice. I guess they thought there had to be some kind of connection between us being kidnapped and the terrorist group they were investigating. They must not have found anything. So after a few days of questioning, they let us go. We all went home and returned to our lives. But things didn't go back to the way they'd been. My mom got real worried about me and my brother, since we'd gotten kidnapped twice now, so she hired bodyguards for us. Oh, I haven't told you about my brother, have I? He's super awesome for one. Yeah, He was in both of the last 2 notary games, too. Anyway, we'd been grabbed twice. The people behind the 2 notary games were totally different. That didn't matter to my mom, though. So after that, all these huge men in black suits followed me and my brother everywhere. It was awful. We were always being watched. People would look at us funny because we were being followed around by a bunch of creepy-looking guys. I couldn't stand it. Just when I thought I'd finally be free, all that was waiting for me was another kind of prison. The only time I was really happy was when I was hanging out with my brother. So we were talking it over one day. We decided to leave. Like, run away. So we did it. After that, we lived on our own. I worked at a cafe, and he composed music. Oh! He plays the harp, and he started writing this kind of new agey music. Got kind of popular, so we didn't have to worry too much about surviving. Sometimes he'd play at little venues like coffee houses and stuff, and his fans would show up and listen to him play and cry. Oh, or some of them would meet him on their own and recite stuff from the book he'd written, and play his songs. I know that sounds kind of, like, weird and culty, but they just do stuff like that. They just do that stuff on their own, okay? My brother doesn't have anything to do with it. Fandoms are weird, bro. Anyway, we did that for a while. Then one day, Alice showed up. "I need your help," she told us. "We need people who can do what you can do." So we went to the location she gave us, and it turned out to be the headquarters of the Sois, where they'd taken us after the second notary game. They put us in a room with about a dozen or so other people, all about the same age as us. A bunch of them looked familiar, too. It only took a moment to realize how we knew each other. They were the kids from the first notary game. We were all excited to see each other again. We were hugging and shaking hands and stuff. And then Alice walked in. The whole room went quiet. We walked up to the podium and looked around the room, making eye contact with each one of us. Right now, a terrorist organization is preparing for a major attack. They plan to trigger a viral pandemic. If they succeed, they will strike a massive blow against all of humanity, not just any one country. Possible that we, as a species, will die out completely. We're doing our best to prevent this. We need your help. You are what we call espers. You have the ability to access the morphogenetic field. We need that. I'm guessing you don't know what any of that is. But basically, we can do this thing that's kind of like telepathy. I mean, it isn't really telepathy, but that's probably the closest thing, okay? Espers can resonate their consciousness with another person through this thing called the morphogenetic field. The purpose of the first notary game was to research that ability. So they kidnapped kids who had the potential to do it and threw them into the game. Alice had gathered up all the kids for that experiment. Well, I mean, it had been 9 years since it happened, so we weren't really kids anymore. Anyway, everybody she brought in was an esper. That included me and my brother, of course. I bet you think I'm just making all of this up, huh? I don't blame you. It is pretty crazy. I mean, I was even starting to forget I could do that stuff. When I heard Alice's story, I was like, screw that! I was trying to move on with my life, and now some shady government creeps wanted me to use some weird ability I had for them? No way! I wasn't even sure I could do it anymore. Some of the others felt differently, though. They told Alice they'd do it. It was a job, after all, and most people wouldn't turn down a salary like that. Oh right, I forgot to tell you. She told us how much they'd pay us if we helped. Well, that's very manipulative. It was a lot, more wealth than you can imagine. I was still totally against doing it. My brother told me he'd go along with whatever I decided, so I decided we were leaving. A couple days passed, then Alice showed up at our apartment. She didn't waste time. People behind the first notary game might have been part of the terrorist organization Alice and the Sois were after. Wasn't that, she asked, something that I might want to know more about? I got me curious. My brother, too. The clincher was what Seven said to us. He was one of the guys that got abducted with us for the second notary game. She called him on her phone right then and there, and handed it to us. "You guys are the only people who can do this. We don't know where Junpei is. He's gone off to travel the world, looking for Akane. I haven't been able to get a hold of him. Please, just do me a favor and help Alice out. Junpei, like Seven, another participant for the second notary game. Akane, one of the people behind the second notary game. Seven was a Japanese policeman, which was probably how Alice got in touch with him. Anyway, that did it. My brother and I agreed to join the Sois. Aw, Snake joined too. For the next couple months, all we did was train. Half of the time it was general knowledge and technical skills and Sois agent needed. The other half was learning to strengthen our Esper abilities. I had actually known about Espers for quite a while. I had a lot of techniques that helped us get better and stronger. After several months of hard work, we're finally ready for our first field missions. Mine was an infiltration. My brother stayed at the base, so I could relay information back through him. I was supposed to sneak into a research facility, posing as one of their workers, then use the morphogenetic field to transmit what I found back to my brother. But everything went wrong. It was a trap. The whole research facility was fake, and I got captured. Alice had to come and rescue me. I'd been sending information about the inside of the facility to my brother, and Alice used that information to come and find me. As soon as she got there, she picked me up and carried me out. I was relieved and happy to be alive and free, but I also felt ashamed and miserable. As she was carrying me back out, I started to cry. She was just so cool, and I wasn't. I wanted to be just like her. So from that day onward, I did everything I could to be more like Alice. To be completely fair, that does probably explain a lot of Clover's behavior, her ideation of Alice, borderline codependency on her, from being just a normal girl trained to be a fucking secret agent, and then being captured and having who knows what done, and being saved by Alice. Our infiltration ended in failure. We did manage to get something useful. In fact, we were able to figure out where their headquarters was. The directors decided that December 25th, 2028 would be the day we strike. This time I promised myself we wouldn't screw it up. I was finally going to get some answers about something that had been with me for most of my life. Then on December 22nd, 3 days before the raid, Alice and I were attacked by people in gas masks while we were going over our plans. People plural. When you woke up, you were in the warehouse. Yeah. Well, that explains a lot. All of that talking seemed to have tired Clover out. She sighed and her long hair swayed as she moved. Hey, got a few questions.
What are they?
Well, first off, what the fuck? Your, powers, I guess. Guessing you can't use them right now?
Yeah. I'm not really sure why. I've been sending my brother messages ever since I woke up, but...
No response.
Yeah. If there was another Esper here, they could make me stronger. But that's just wishful thinking. Wait.
What?
Well, if there's someone else who's stronger than me, then they kind of absorb my powers.
Oh.
Maybe...
There's another Esper here?
No, never mind. That's probably not it.
Right, whatever. I have some other questions, so... Moving on. I think I understand what Alice was talking about now. You're trying to spread that virus, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So who are they?
Well...
The Myrmidons.
I can't tell you that.
What? Why not? You told me all that other stuff, but this is too much?
Well, Alice would be mad at me.
I already told you I wouldn't tell her.
But...
Flash sideways to Alice's question, wondering if we are a member of the Myrmidons. Fine. Let me rephrase. When are they going to do it?
Well, if we knew that, we wouldn't have gone to all that trouble.
So you don't know?
No. All we know is soon.
Soon. Didn't we just get done? But that could mean just about anything. What about all this other information we have about the Radical 6 in the air?
It could be next week or next month or even next year. Or it could have happened already.
There, that's the... Wait. You mean they might have already released the virus?
Wouldn't that make the most sense?
The virus is Radical
how
6?
about this room? Or that newspaper article?
Okay, thank you. We're making sense now.
The 3 people who were put in cold sleep.
Oh, we've been going here. You're saying that you, me, and Alice were frozen and the pandemic happened while we were on ice? Wait. No, that doesn't make sense. Nobody else has heard of Radical 6 either.
Maybe they're lying.
Really? All 6 of them?
Well, if Kay really does have memory loss, then it's only 5. Quark is out too.
So you're saying Tenmyoji, Dio, Phi, and Luna are all lying? Yes, they are a little suspicious.
Right?
What's their motive?
For lying? How would I know?
You're a secret agent. What's the motive for a terrorist organization to start a pandemic?
I heard it was something about purifying the unclean?
Purifying the unclean?
Oh,
it's just the Shin Megami Tensei law wrapped.
unclean.
Purifying the filth.
Unclean.
Whoa, what? What are you doing?
Shut up.
What?
Just hold on a minute. I'm this close to remembering. Unclean, clean, een.
What? Pardon? She leapt up, suddenly excited.
Neostigmine.
Neo, what now?
Did you forget it already? I'm talking
Oh,
about
the
this
injection
stuff.
gun. What is it? As she spoke, she pulled something out of her pocket. It was the injection gun, complete with a vial of medication. Oh, right, I remember that. It was in the safe in the treatment center, right?
Yeah,
I didn't have any idea what it was, though, so I gave it to you.
exactly.
Are you saying you've heard about this neostigmine stuff before?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just remembered.
You remembered?
My brother told me about that. Neostigmine is a type of colon esterase inhibitor. That means it's a sort of antidote for tubocurarine.
Oh! Sorry, but I still don't get
How
it.
easy do I have to make it? Ugh. Okay, fine. I'll start at the top, alright? The stuff I've got in here is neostigmine, which counteracts the muscle relaxant tubocurarine. Following me?
Tubocurarine is the poison in our bracelets, right?
Right. It's the second thing we get injected with if we're penalized.
Well, now we know how to survive the Dio route.
First, is this over real? Which puts you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubocurarine is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles. I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
Take my breath away. Okay, not now. She's saying this neostigmine keeps it from working.
Yes! Oh my god, how many times are you going to make me say it?
So we can just inject ourselves with this if we get penalized.
Yeah! We don't have to die.
Hell
It'll
yeah.
be okay. We can only pull the trigger once, though.
That means we can only use it on one person.
Yeah.
Well, it's still good news. This means one of us can break the rules once. Like, let's see.
The best way to use it would be for sneaking through the number 9 door. If somebody gets 9 points, they can open it, right? With this stuff, somebody who doesn't have 9 points could still leave with them. Anyway, I'm gonna go tell Alice.
What? Hey! Clover, wait! Clover! It was too late. Clover was already on the lift and gone. Damn. I was, I think, understandably upset. With those stairs, my only choice was to wait for the lift to come back down. As soon as it was back, I jumped on and headed upstairs. Fi, where did Clover go? Fi? Can you hear me? Fi? She didn't say anything, just stared at me with her mouth half open. Her eyes seemed slightly glazed, and her body was unnaturally stiff. Fi? I grabbed her shoulder and shook her gently. Slowly she raised her arm, fingers drooping limply from it. I gestured toward the exit that led away from the warehouse. That way? She went out that door? Fi's only answer was a slow, shallow nod. Fi, are you okay? Right, got it. Thanks. I headed for the exit, then paused. You look pretty tired. Get some rest, alright? Fi, are you okay? Still no response. There was something odd about her, but catching Clover seemed like more of a priority. Ida. I'm concerned with your priorities, Sigma. Turned back around and jogged out the door toward the treatment center. I don't really want to leave Fi like that, but okay. What's going on in the treatment center? Huh? This is weird. Where is everybody? I'd assumed Alice would be in the treatment center, so Clover would have gone there to find her, but the room was empty. Luna and Ten Nyoji were gone, too. They left Quark, and the readout on his pool pod said his vital signs were still normal. As far as I could tell, he was still asleep. Fine. Guess it's time to go look somewhere else. Made my way out of the treatment center. Pantry? Okay. What the hell? What is going on here? Can't find anybody. Every single room is empty. Wait, there's still one place I haven't checked. The infirmary. Do I want to know what's waiting for me inside? I don't like this. I don't like this. What are you gonna show me? What are you gonna show me? Ran into the room and stopped short. Might as well have run into a brick wall. My chest tightened so much I could barely breathe. No. What? What happened? I felt my whole body convulse, whether from terror or nausea, I couldn't tell. My legs went limp, and I crumpled to the floor. Something sticky pressed against the palm of my hand. I looked down to see blood. A vast, warm pool of fresh blood, stretching out across the room, lapping at my legs and hands. Why? This can't be real. How could... What? middle of a lake of blood, like an island of flesh, were bodies. They were a bloody triangle of lifeless limbs and dead eyes, with too much blood and chaos for me to tell who was who. Had they sliced themselves open? Or stabbed one another? I couldn't tell. All the blood. Too much blood. What have they done? It was clear what tool they'd used to do it. A scalpel lay in the blood next to them, its handle and blade streaked with gore. This is how they had died. This tiny blade. Oh God. This is it. It's all over. This is how it ends. That's right. I have to end it. This nightmare will finally be over. Time to wake up. It's the Radical Six talking. My fingers scraped across the floor as I picked up the scalpel. That's the Radical Six talking. I lifted slowly, carefully to my neck, as if someone were guiding my hand with theirs, and chewed across my throat. This is an ending? Excuse me? Excuse me? What? Alrighty then. I don't really have much to say about this, other than that escalated in a hurry. That was the first time we've seen Phi affected by Radical Six. We've seen ourselves affected by Radical Six. I think the takeaway from this is that, to some degree, we're all infected. I don't know if that's 100% true, or if it just spreads in the routes where we don't cure it with Clover. Don't know. But that sure is a fuck. That sure is a fuck. Secret agent woman. Yep, that's a very fitting Clover end. Sure. doesn't cure the... that doesn't open the Dio lock. That opens this lock. Rec room path. Both of these paths where the old lady dies. This path is more focused on figuring out who killed her. This path, we kind of leave that behind for now. This path is more Radical 6 focused, honestly. With Accelavir. Learn about the IG replicator in the lab. Learn about the effects of Radical 6. Yeah. Just appreciating the irony of Clover running off. Clover telling us her entire backstory, then immediately running off to tell Alice. And then everybody just dies, and that's it, the end. I don't know why that amuses me so much. I assume betraying Quark is just going to be a obvious game over where we get out. So what's left now? I don't even remember who we play in this round. What's left now? I mean, I could be the Nightmare Man and put Betray Quark on here. So we have Betray Tenmyoji round 1. We can still betray him round 2 and round 3. We can break lock number 1. I have a feeling any poll I post would just default to that, but I'll still put the option out there. Just keep breaking locks. Oh, man. That was certainly a fuck. Keep your eyes open for the next poll, and I will catch you next time.